Welcome, crypto family, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin is pumping back in the green, on the cusp of reclaiming 58,000. Let's freaking go. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. Scaramucci in a new interview says Bitcoin can get to 100,000 by the end of this year. Send it. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, if the US was smart, they'd snap all these German Bitcoin up. The countries with the most Bitcoin will be the most influential in the new global hash war as Bitcoin continues to demonetize gold. And speaking of the German government, they're preparing for the next 276 million BTC sell-off. We'll also be discussing crypto adoption in Argentina soars amid 276% inflation spike. Like, whoa. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin ETF investors by the dip, BTFD. Daily inflows hit 295 million. We'll also be discussing $89.5 billion asset management giant Van Eck endorses a 6% Bitcoin investment strategy. That's right. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin power law sees up to 300% Bitcoin price gains by late 2025, which ultimately would send the Bitcoin price to 240,000 per coin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Make some noise in the chat. We're streaming live on 3 platforms right now, including X, Rumble, and YouTube. Shout out to the entire fam. It's good to see the market back in the green. That means the Nipponator indicator yesterday did not disappoint. A great buy the dip opportunity. They not like us. Cheers to that, Judson. Shout out Don George. Good afternoon. Shout out the one and only Chandy, and congratulations on smashing 65,000 subs on YouTube within 1 month, which is mind-boggling, and I love it. So her music speaks for itself. Her channel is Chandy10 Music. I pinned it at the top of the chat. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be premiering the new video we just put together here shortly. Pump it up, Alan Haley. Shout out Sailing Fishing Twins. Don't forget as well, this is live and interactive. There is a poll up in the chat within YouTube, and it asks, Bitcoin cycle peak. Do you think the top is already in? That's 73.8, which we tap mid-March. Or do you think we'll hit between 74,000 and 149,000, 150 to 199,000, or 200,000 plus? My personal vote is 200,000 plus. But you already know. JV's gonna knock you out. Tell him, Devon. Shout out Digital Dankness in the building. We got Bobby Digital. We got Molly. We got Crypto Surge. We got West Coast Melda. West Side. Nipsey the Shot Caller. Saludos, JV from Panama. Shout out Gato Negro. Panama representing as well. You made it happen. We made it happen for sure. So anyways, fam, here's the official introduction of the show.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating it. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Shout out to the entire crypto fam. Welcome. It's good to see everyone in here. If you guys can repost the stream, it's always greatly appreciated. As a check, smash the likes on the tube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as soon as you subscribe, if you're new, you'll get an on-screen shout out and a shout out by yours truly. And also, if you can repost this on X, it's always greatly appreciated. Welcome everyone joining the stream. We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. Here's a brand new track Chandy and I collaborated on, which I'm very proud of. It's my new favorite song. I must have listened to it 30, 40 times yesterday. So it's that good. And the video is fire as well. And this is dedicated to Bukele, El Salvador, and Max Keiser. Enjoy the Jammy Jam, family. I can pull the bitty girls everywhere. What does it require? You just need a Bukele hat. Keep hope alive.
President Bukele, props to you. You got game 100K. Crypto new every day. CNA, yeah, we don't play. It's the Bitcoin slang. It's the Bitcoin way. 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We are dragons that slay. Bitcoin Bitcoin 100K, another 100K, another 100K. That's 300K underway, underlay, motherfucking on the way. But did you buy the dip today or did you let it slip away like Cinderella slipper? A 100K Bitcoin grenade, boom a bitty boom. Where El Salvador is going is the place we wanna be. Biddy up the doing. Let's get on down to the Bitcoin town while we get our biddy up, Boo Kelly, a perfect leader, the philosopher king, a perfect leader. It's a 5th level G thing. He's a slave to aesthetics. It's poetic, no politics. It's in the analytics, genius tactics, moral ethics, and best practices. Salvadorian up, biddy up, love the next level. Boo Kelly kind of strategy play. What did Boo Kelly say? JV love, time to preach. Biddy up the doing. Biddy up the doing. Biddy up the doing.
Fuck the IMF, we gonna be okay. Fuck the IMF, we don't need them, A. Fuck the IMF, this is a freedom play. Fuck the IMF, this is a freedom play. Fuck the IMF, this is the freedom age. Fuck the IMF, we are free, not your slave. Fuck the IMF, we don't need a cage. No way, in El Salvador freedom reigns. BTC, tax free from gangs. 100K Bitcoin, babe. 100K 6 figs all day. 100K Bitcoin in play. 100K Bitcoin today. 100K Bitcoin to stay. 100K Bitcoin Super Saiyan. Bitcoin Super Saiyan.
Stacking BTC like I'm in the ball league. Stacking BTC like it's Dragon Ball Z. Stacking BTC like Gohan versus Satoshi. Stacking BTC fast as Master Roshi. Stacking BTC like Max on RT. Set the Kaiser report free. Set the Kaiser report free.
Spin it right here. I'm ready to spin it.
It's the global insurrection. It gets banker occupation. Hang the bankers. We're running out of patience. Start with Jamie Dimon. I'm sick of all his statements. Put that shit up on Netflix. Respect this. Head rocks on the checklist. Off with his head, then rock that bitch on my necklace. Stacking bits for my breakfast. Stacking bits like I'm reckless. Stacking bits like it's Tetris. Stacking bits to perfection. Stacking bits my confession. I'm stacking bits with aggression. Stacking bits my obsession. Stacking bits in a session. Stacking bits is a weapon. Stacking bits in recession. I'm stacking bits and I'm flexing. JD, take it.
Okay, I got you, babe. Protect the house, huddle house. This is our bitty moon high house. Building a house and raising the roof. This is no house of cards, huddle house. Can't be pumped down by a wolf.
What up? Bitcoin going up. Boo Kelly swagger, Max Kaiser swagger, El Salvador Bitcoin. All hodlers out there, swagger jam, let's go.
A honey badger doesn't care. Dare you to dare a honey badger because they don't care. So be aware.
Volatility, shock resistance. It won't discourage us or influence us. We're resilient, we're persistent. We protect Bitcoin like linebackers. We are 5th level mover, we will take you out. Our movement is stout. I got your 6, you got my back. IGY6. Our BTC team is epic and won't back down. 5th level G homies, don't back down.
We are the Bitcoin team. Line backing, Satoshi stacking, currency changing machines. We are a team. Know what I mean?
El Salvador, please set me free. IMF, please let me be. Proof of work, BTC. Empty your mind, no TV. Never believe everything that you read. The devil will succeed upon your level of greed. FUD is designed to shake the tree. It's make-believe. Bitcoin is designed to make you G's, make you M's, make you cheese, make you win and set you free. All glory to God, true story, no CAP. Biddy up, Roger out.
Biddy up, Roger out.
This is fantastic. This is the new Forbes fortune list, isn't it? These are the Bitcoin fortunes. And notice, yes, all numbers. It's pure anonymous. And this is the biggest story of this decade going forward, is the transition from the old way of doing business around the world to the Bitcoin way of doing business, which is purely anonymous. And this is the great achievement of the global insurrection against banker occupation. Bitcoin is the currency of the resistance.
Bam. There you have it. Been reading the feedback as we were playing the video. Glad you guys all enjoying it. It's definitely my new favorite song and my favorite video. So shout out to Chandy. Don't forget to make sure to subscribe to the channel. Chandy 10 Music, already 65,000 subs. First month of creating Bitcoin music. I told her it's not going to be long. She's going to have millions of subs and billions of views. Mark my words. And yes, it's going up forever, Melda. DNA. Hey, I'm at work again, yet watching the best show on the YouTube. Love your brother and the CNA fam. Right back at you, broski. Appreciate the support. Shout out to all the mods holding it down. The mods have the blue names with the wrenches and the tools next to it. And also shout out to all the members of the channel for supporting us. We greatly appreciate you. We truly do. Glad to hit the live. Thank you, Brooke. Welcome to the stream, family. Appreciate you tuned in here. GTSU, glad you made it to the stream. Shout out Joseph. Appreciate you. Greg says Bitcoin Bitstamp Daily looks like the RSI bullish divergence is starting to play out. A break and run to at least 62 should be easy. Once 62 holds and is retested, then Bitcoin should run up, testing the all-time high of 73.8. We're going to be tapping into some live charts after we do the market watch. We'll be seeing what's popping. What if when Bukele ends his term, some evil person comes? They've planned for that as well. More than likely, he's going to be reelected in 2029, first and foremost. And number two, they're already setting up shop to where if some evil dictator came after him, they wouldn't be able to reverse everything being set up right now. So they're a step ahead. This is chess. Bukele is playing chess and the rest of the world leaders are playing checkers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out LT. I appreciate you sending me your music. I did listen to it. Good fire tracks, family. So keep creating your content there, brother. I appreciate you sharing it with me. Good stuff. Are you also, I forget, are you also in Puerto Rico? As obviously the songs were in Espanol. Shout out JC Ice Ice Baby, the one and only Lady Ice. Shout out JBZ, Nacho Keys, Nacho Cheese, you damn straight. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the YouTube channel, very important to smash the likes, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, turning on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when I go live. Shout out to LT on the super. It's much appreciated. And if everyone can repost this over on X, that helps out tremendously as well. Helps get more eyeballs on the stream. Today is pod episode number 1695. I'm your host, JV. It's July 9th. 2024. Markets are green, pumping. We're on the cusp of reclaiming 58,000, which we love to see. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. You should be able to see Coin 360 on your screen. You can see we're up 2.5%. For BTC, we have Ether up 2.25%, trading back above 3,000. Even Solana, XRP, and Cardano all pumping and in the green. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. As you can see here, the market has a market cap of $2.12 trillion, up 3% on the day for the past 24 hours. The 24-hour volume is actually down 25% with roughly 70 billion worth of volume, and the Bitcoin dominance is currently 53.6% with the Ether dominance at 17.4%. My question for the chat, how high do you think the Bitcoin dom will likely climb for this particular cycle? Holla. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we got Celestia, Say, and Tao leading the pack. Below that, Brett, Jupe, Roan, Bonk, and Sue. And that's about it. And let me know which alts, if any, you guys are most bullish on for the bull. Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the day. Virtually everything pumping in the green. Very, very impressive as well. Some of these alts up 10, 20% on the daily. And zooming out on the monthly, though, let's not forget, still roughly 95% of the market bloodied up in the red, aka Rex City. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 27 in fear. Yesterday at 28, last week a 51, and last month a 75. And ultimately how this works, the lower this number goes, when we get to extreme fear, then the more likely of a big pump, and vice versa. The higher we get in extreme greed, the more likely of a sell-off. So there you have it. Crypto fam, let me know what you're feeling regarding the price action right now. And don't forget, there is a live poll up there in the chat. You got to let me know when you feel Bitcoin will hit the cycle peak as far as numbers. So is the cycle peak already in? Are we going to hit 74 to 149, 150 to 199, or 200,000 plus? Let me know. And towards the end of the stream, we'll be reading those poll results out loud. You feel me?
If it's not going to zero, it's going to a million. It's either nothing, right? If it's nothing.
Bullish on golf, all three holes. Dirty, keeping it dirty, 100 every stream. His doctor even recommended CBD. You must be referring to poopy pants for his pain and the PTSD. Jesus. Fear equals FOMO. incoming, precisely my sentiment. JC, be prepared, family, for all scenarios, because unfortunately, there's no magic 8-ball or crystal. We can look into the future. We can't remote view. Maybe some of us can. But, be prepared for all scenarios and expect more extreme volatility. That's a given post-halving. And I've been warning you guys every day about that. Baccarat, 15,000%, 8 million. Send it. Most definitely FOMO incoming, always. BTC, LFG, let's get it. No second best. That's right. Take it away, Michael.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Shout out Mark the Flyer, my old stomping grounds. Ulmerton Road in the house, buying Bitcoins out here in Montana. Wait, are you in Ulmerton Road in Pinellas County, Florida? Or are you in Montana? Or is there an Ulmerton Road also in Montana? Because now I'm confused, brother. I'm from Clearwater, so I'm very familiar with Ulmerton Road there. Bitcoin has gone rogue. It is no longer appearing as if it's correlated to the S&P. It's on its own vector, family. It's achieved the escape velocity, Greg. Both the S&P and the NQ are at all-time highs. Vape CBD 100. CBD has a lot of health benefits, 100 on that. No, actually talking about my hub. Oh, your hubby. He had a GI procedure today. Wishing him the best, family. Fear, false evidence appearing real. I like that acronym. It's so true. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Very well said. JV, what do you call the plebs that hold the value in fiat? I mean, we'll play the song a little bit, so I want to jump into the TA, but you know what we call them. You know what we call them. The opposite of rich. But anyways, fam, let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies, and we'll even look at the live charts, which are pretty bullish right now, which I love to see. So let's dive right in. You should be able to see on your screen here. Bitcoin price taps 58,000 as vital Bitcoin bull market trend line reemerges. You're damn right. Looking at the 1-hour chart, Bitcoin revisited 58,000 July 9th at the Wall Street Open as the German government moved more of its Bitcoin holdings. Data from TradingView showed upwards Bitcoin price momentum culminating at the daily highs of 58.1, which we already tapped on Bitstamp. The exchange was one of the several involved in the latest round of transactions to and from a wallet belonging to the German state. Both inbound and outbound Bitcoin transactions occurred on the day, the latter involving around 3,000 BTC at the time. The day prior saw another source of debate in the current market. Coins belonging to the defunct exchange Mt. Gox also moved on chain. Quoting the crypto quant founder here, Bitcoin market is still heavily influenced by PSYOPs, 100, quoting them here. Government Bitcoin selling is negligible compared to the overall liquidity, and most Mt. Gox BTC holdings haven't moved to creditors. CT, crypto Twitter, still blames the drop on government selling. Smart money is replacing the dumb money. We are still early. And in the latest bulletin from QCP Capital they shared, despite thin liquidity, Bitcoin and ETH have made higher lows this week, with dips bought up aggressively. That's right. The market is highly reactive to supply movements, suggesting speculative selling pressure rather than the real spot demand. This may indicate a market overpositioning for the downside. And quoting analyst Rec Capital, Bitcoin is showcasing some initial signs of stability after the crash, and also shared this chart along with this downtrend will be challenged if the bullish divergence plays out. So there you have it, family. And another chart, as you can see on your screen, shows you the price reclaiming support at 56.7, coinciding with the previous lows we seen at the start of May. Now, Keith Allen also had some insights of similar cautious, quoting him here. This new trend precognition signal on the Bitcoin daily signal indicates the price isn't likely to go lower than yesterday's candle today. For me, a push back down to 54.3 would invalidate seeing some moderate strength at the moment. But I think we need a catalyst or a fat block of Bitcoin bid liquidity to reclaim the 200-day moving average. So there you have it. And before we look at the live charts, Scaramucci was just interviewed again on CNBC, and he says Bitcoin can get to 100,000 by the end of this year. Let me know if you agree. And quoting Max Kaiser regarding the German government selling another 5,200 Bitcoin, yada, 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 he said, if the U.S. Oop, my bad. Let me click back on that. If the US was smart, they'd snap up all these German BTC up. The countries with the most Bitcoin will be the most influential in the new global hash war as Bitcoin continues to demonetize gold. And another one of my favorite Max quotes, gold is the poor man's Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree with that. Now let's look at some of the live chart action, family. We'll start with, I believe this is the 1 hour. You can see on your screen. And this is brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. You should be able to see it better here. So yeah, we're currently at 57,900-ish. There's a lot of action happening on the 1 hour chart. We do have a rising wedge formation breaking out, which is pretty cool. We do have a target in the blue sitting at 63,555. And we do have some targets to the south going from 52.5 all the way down to 49.5 and then even further down to 44.4, which is a bearish pennant. And they say when in doubt, just zoom out. So we'll look at the 4 hour, then we'll look at the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So here we go. And again, this is live and in the flesh, live TA family. There is a bearish pennant we can see on the 4 hour chart, and there is a target sitting all the way down at like 44,500 for a bearish pennant. And again, this is the 4 hour chart. We're going to zoom out even further here. And we'll look at the 1 day. And the 1 day chart, you can see we had some significant red candles over the past few days, but now we're reclimbing. We bounced pretty back like a spring coil from the bottom of 53.5, which was very short-lived, but we still do have a target on the daily sitting at $47,700. Now let's zoom out to the weekly, then to the monthly. So I'll check out the weekly. And again, this is TradingView via Coinbase, live and in the flesh. You can see the weekly chart, bullish as all hell. Look how many green consecutive candles we had leading up to that 73,800 current all-time high. We do have a bullish flag formation with a target of roughly 92,000, and then we have a more bullish target all the way at roughly 120,000 for the bullish flag. So I'm loving this weekly chart. It shows you how bullish the price action truly is. And zooming out even further, we'll look at one more time frame, which is the 1 month. And let's see what we get here. So you can see the last couple of months, we had itty bitty red candles, then we had a little green candle prior and a red candle. But prior to that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive green candles on the monthly chart, followed by the more recent correction. But overall, I can see the trend. Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like a Nike check or a hockey stick or a banana going to the moon. But nonetheless, family, there you have it. There is the latest TA, aka astrology for the broskies. Let me know if you enjoyed that and where do you feel the price action is likely to go, and I'll read these comments. Next week, no powder for dumping 50%, a 3 billion redistributed. JBZ, you should always start zoomed out, then work your way in. True, I appreciate the suggestion. You know what happens? It leaves off where I left off in the previous show. So tomorrow's show, when I open up TradingView, it's going to start at the monthly and we'll go in. And then the following day, it's going to be the opposite, kind of like today. That's why it is, just FYI. I don't agree with gold being the poor man's Bitcoin. Nothing compares to Bitcoin, especially gold, because they can always mine more by the ton. Bitcoin will never make... Yeah, it's a very nice way of putting it. 100% with you on that, but it's still a funny quote. Because Peter Schiff is the poor man Bitcoin. I do not agree with the mooch we are getting by 100,000 October or November. Word up. So when do you see the 100K there, Serge, next year? Happy Tuesday, HODL fam. Shout out to the HODL fam. Shout out to all the, HODL gang members. We appreciate you. MicroStrategy members, Satoshi members, Grayscale members. That is a flagpole right there on the chart. Thank you. 99 and it's 220 in Idaho. Wow, 100 degrees out in Idaho, family. Hotter anywhere else? Let us know if your temperature is even more. And please do let me know where you're tuned in from, as this is live and interactive. I heard that Peter Sniff doesn't even own gold. Exactly. He doesn't even own gold. He owns foreign gold stocks. Can't make this ish up. That's according to his own interview, which I heard. They asked him if he hold gold. He's like, more than 50% of my portfolio is in foreign gold stocks. And the guy was like scratching his head. Like, serious. Bitcoin Bitstamp weekly, a huge cup and handle. If it plays out, the measured move. I bet you Peter's gold supply is the jewelry he wears. He has like a big fat bracelet. I remember one time in an interview, he was like bragging how heavy it is. And they're like, can you take it off? I'd like to feel it. He's like, oh, no. It's just funny. We finally got some rain over the past couple of days. Now it is humid as what? Can't win. Here from Massachusetts, Boston, eh? Colorado always representing. We got K-Jam here, 95 by the end of November, but I think the 100,000 battle can take another 8 weeks. Send it, dumping Jerkat. Gold works well in computers. It looks great on the ladies. Beyond that, I don't know why we compare it to Bitcoin, but you're right. It is a humorous quote. 100% dankness. That's hilarious. Kathy Wood is voting for Trump. She's smart. And of course, she's obviously pro-Bitcoin. And anyone pro-Bitcoin can't vote for someone anti-Bitcoin and anti-crypto. It would make no logical sense. Do you hear that, everybody? I threw Bitcoin into the wishing well and wished for more Bitcoin. Smart man. That's like if you ever get granted a wish, wouldn't you just wish for infinite wishes? Hack the matrix, eh? Heavy in Asia. If heavy, it fake. Vegas 116. Who knows? Maybe Peter Schiff does rock fake gold for all we know. You just never know in this crazy world. 116 degrees, yo? It is going down to 90 tonight. Good Lord, that's in Vegas. Vegas don't play. You're in the desert, family. Sup, people? Shout out Andrew Waller. Appreciate you tuned in to the stream, family. North Dakota checking in, driving past the Tetons for work currently. Word. Welcome Prowse 376 to the stream, and everyone joining us, please smash the repost over on X and spread the word. Let people know we're live. We're going to be live for at least the next 90 minutes. Tungsten is used to conduct electricity and medical equipment like the MRI machine. Yeah, and a lot of the gold bars that you think are gold are really fool's gold, which is tungsten is the common metal used to make fool's gold. And I remember an article a while back with China selling a vast amount of gold, let's say somewhere to the United States or another government. And then when they actually analyzed it, it was tungsten. It was gold plated with tungsten underneath. So there's a lot of fool's gold. There's no fool's Bitcoin unless you're stacking Bitcoin Cash. You feel me? Anyone going to watch the Big Boy News Conference? What's the Big Boy News Conference? I'm not familiar with it. I'm glad about that. Short, I bet you're happy about it. Word. But anyways, fam, let's continue. I'm going to take another sip of kombucha here. Or it's not kombucha, my apologies. This is actually just sparkling water. And let's move in to our next story, eh? We discussed the latest TA. Now let's discuss more in detail this German dump-off. German government prepares for the next 276 milli of Bitcoin being sold off. The German government has contributed and continued its Bitcoin sell-off after sending roughly 3,100 BTC, worth roughly 178 million, in the span of an hour on July 9th. Damn. And at that time, the government also withdrew roughly 1,700 BTC, worth roughly 92 million, from Bitstamp, recouping Bitcoin holdings from the exchange. The German government has also shifted a further 3,100 BTC out of its main holdings, likely prepping for a further imminent sell-off. The main government address currently holds around 26,000 BTC, worth $1.5 billion, while the address used to offload the holdings currently holds 4,800 BTC, worth 276 milli. Now, since 7:30 a.m. today, there has been a total outflow of 3,100 BTC, of which 2,500 were sent to the unknown B2C2 group, 400 BTC to centralized exchange Kraken, and the remaining 200 to an unknown wallet. The German government sold a further 900 million worth of biddies on July 8th, suggesting plans to continue steadily selling off its remaining 1.5 billion in Bitcoin holdings. That same 16,300 BTC sold is now worth over 930 million, despite the mass sell-off, suggesting that buyers are still confident about buying BTC in this price range. Wall Street traders expect a 72% chance of the US Fed cutting interest rates in September. So the lower interest rate could help boost investments into BTC. This macroeconomic trend tends to have marked an impact on assets like BTC because it is still seen as a risk-on asset, unlike assets like gold, which liquidity flows into during the geopolitical instability. And coinciding with the Bitcoin sell-off, the reduction in Bitcoin miner activity and operations and reserve sell-offs suggests that the market sentiment might be nearing the bottom. Let me know if you think the bottom is in. I think it's in personally at 53, which we tapped the other day, but let me know your thoughts. And despite the Bitcoin sell-offs related to the German government and the Mt. Gox repayments to creditors, several indicators suggest Bitcoin is ready to bounce back. And lo and behold, that's precisely what we're doing today. Bounce, bounce, come on, bounce. You feel me? Welcome everyone joining the stream. I didn't get until this cycle. It has been fun. Word. Hoping to see a new all-time high before the fall. Let me know if you guys think that all-time high is inevitable here sooner than later. It's going up forever, Melda. Tungsten alloys are extremely tough, like rotor chains for helicopters, submarines. Very strong metal, right? Andrew Walter, it is a roller coaster, but it has been on a 15-year bull run, 100%. The same market that will first take you to the promised land will bring you to the knees first. I am buying all the way down no matter what. Wise man, JBZ. The German government, I appreciate the resource, That's Sick and Note family. All the articles that I share in the news every day, I always put them in the description in the video, and typically That's Sick, KJam, or Bitcoin Stick will share those links, so we appreciate it. After someone has zoomed out, the tombstone is not electrical. Black cat bounce. Word. This is your first cycle, LT. Well, welcome. Don't be shaken out. The objective of the FUD and the objective of those who are enemies of Bitcoin is to shake the weak hands out, crash the market so their asset manager friends like Lawrence Fink can buy Bitcoin on the low, which is precisely what they're doing right now. But with that being shared, family, let's move into our next story of the day, discuss what's popping right now in Argentina. The headline reads, crypto adoption in Argentina soars amid 276%. Inflation spike. That's right. Basically, inflation rate has skyrocketed. Not by surprise. Argentina has been leading the Western Hemisphere in crypto adoption with a 276% annual inflation rate. Could you imagine if the US dollar inflated roughly 300% in a year? It's a coming. And this is crazy. Crypto adoption in Argentina is higher as a share of its global population than any other country in the Western Hemisphere. Forbes analysts report in the article, out of 130 million visitors to the 55 of the largest exchanges worldwide, 2.5 million came from Argentina, the report noted, citing website data from SimilarWeb. So you can see the top countries, 6.9% with Argentina, Ukraine 5.5%, Turkey 5%, Russia 4.3%, the Republic of Korea roughly 4%, and others collectively 74%. Wow, right? And in contrast to the surging meme coin trend for the industry, the crypto adoption in Argentina has not been driven by the memes. Meme coins, that is. The locals instead prefer holding stable coins like Tether. They just want something that's not going to lose all of its value. So interesting. USDT for the win. The analysts claim, citing remarks by Maximiliano Bitget's head of Latin America. Quoting him here, Argentina is an anomalous market where many people buy USDT and don't leave room for much else. Quoting them here, we don't see this elsewhere. Argentines buy spot Tether and don't do anything with it. Again, they're just trying to protect their currency one way or the other because they know if they don't, they're going to lose 300% plus to hyperinflation. Stablecoins like USDT are a type of currency designed to maintain a stable value by pegging to a reserve of US dollars at a 1-to-1 ratio. With massive local inflation rates, holding money in USDT makes sense for people in Argentina, despite the country's lack of significant measures to protect stablecoin investors. So despite Argentina's friendly stance on cryptos like Bitcoin, the country apparently struggled to create a framework to regulate the industry. In late 2023, we had Javier Milei, who took office, new president. Argentina officially endorsed using Bitcoin and legally binding contracts. But since then, Argentina has been trying to regulate the local crypto market, passing registration requirements for crypto firms in April of this year. But despite the government's crypto regulation efforts, Argentina is still struggling to provide regulated crypto services to its population, according to Forbes. The report claimed that none of Argentina's top crypto exchanges, including Binance, have registered with the National Securities Regulator. To the best of my knowledge, there is no licensing requirement in the Latin American countries where BitGet operates, according to BitGet's HIN. So there you have it, yo. What are your thoughts with Argentina, crypto adoption, and just inflation in general, family? Holla. My wedding ring is made of tungsten, says Don. What happens in PR stays in PR. It's basically like second Vegas, right? There exists a law in Germany that sees goods from illegal activity must be converted into legal tender within a certain time. Nobody could avoid this, as the laws are as they are, which would explain it as well. And apparently the seized Bitcoin came from a pirated movie website, which collectively had a tremendous amount of Bitcoin, which obviously just got seized, or has been seized for a while by the U.S. government, but now they're dumping it, which is causing the carnage in the market. Regulators! Mono. It was a clear black night.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump it up.
I am half Argentinian, but I have never been there. Oh, wow. But with Bitcoin, I'll be there soon. Amen. That's what's up. So what's your other half? Are you Puerto Rican or what other nationality? Let me know. Don't forget to smash the likes. Thanks for the reminder, Serge. And shout out to all my Bitcoin regulators. Let's get it. That's funny. Big boy pants lined with the titanium diaper. Titanium diaper. We must be talking about a presidential candidate right now. BTC, LFG, let's go. Send it, family. And don't forget, there's a live poll right now. Please do let me know when you feel where the cycle peak will be for this particular bull. I appreciate it. I think it'll be in 2025, above and beyond 200,000, just so you know my personal thoughts. We're about to tap 58 again, which we love to see. So keep it pumping. Maybe we'll recapture 60 G's before the end of the stream. That'd be pretty lit. We're so close. Only $100 away. I mean, $20 away, for Christ's sake. We're getting closer and closer. And then we could play the...
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level 60 G's. What do you think, JV?
Boom! 58 G's, baby! We call them poor. Puerto Rican and Argentine, born in Puerto Rico and raised in Orlando, Florida. That's what's up, family. Respect. Imagine paying $500,000 for a pirate movie where someone walking in front of the camera wrecked. $750,000 prediction for 2025. You got that right. West Coast Melda, keeping it 100. But yeah, now that we're back above 58 G's, let's celebrate, eh? 60 coming next. Let's get it. But let's dive into our next story of the day. We discussed the latest with Argentina. Now let's discuss the Bitcoin inflows, which are eating up all that Bitcoin being dumped by the German government. That's right. Headline here reads, Bitcoin ETF investors buy the dip. BTFD daily inflows smashed 295 milli. This marks the first day in the last 3 trading weeks that net inflows across all funds have been in the black. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust saw the most significant daily inflow at 187 milli, followed by Fidelity's Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, which posted gains at 61.5 milli. Meanwhile, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, also saw a rare day of positive price action, notching 25 milli worth of inflows. It is the biggest day of the inflows since June 5th, when the ETFs exceeded 488 million in fresh capital, as outlined here by Farside Data family. Now, it comes amid a wider market worries concerning hefty Bitcoin sales from the German government and Mt. Gox creditor repayments. To date, the German government transferred over 26,200 BTC, worth $1.5 billion at the current prices, to the exchanges, much of which has been getting dumped, as we already covered here earlier in the pod. And then we also got to keep in mind the Mt. Gox, Bitcoin, which there's speculation that a lot of this may sell as they begin to repay the creditors. So you got to keep that in mind as well. And you got to think, are the German and U.S. governments colluding specifically to drop the Bitcoin price by offloading massive amounts of Bitcoin around the same time. You got to think about that, because why aren't they offloading it over the counter? They're supposed to be protecting the markets from manipulation and fraud and hucksters and flim-flam artists, as Gary Gensler's own words. Yet they do nothing, and then they dump it on the open market. You already had Justin Sun come out and tell the German government, I'm willing to buy this over the counter, billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, so it doesn't impact and harm the market, but they can care less. I think it's all orchestrated here personally, fam. But let me know your thoughts. And before we dive into our next story of the day and discuss a $90 billion asset manager endorsing a 6% Bitcoin allocation investment strategy. That's right, Van Eck. And then we'll dive into some more bullishness. Look on Chain says ETFs are adding coins again. They sure are. 58 G's, baby.
By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the Nippinator. I'm for Nipsey.
Woo! Mt. Gox, Japan, correct. Mt. Gox is a Japanese exchange. One of the, I guess, first of its kind, right? Kind of had a monopoly back in the day. Buy your Bitcoin, BC, BlackRock wants all your, because they want your Bitcoin. That's right. They sure do. They want to have more Bitcoin on the exchanges. They can't FUD forever. That's right. The only thing forever is Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children, by the way, and it's forever. And if you don't know now, you know. I don't know how many times I bought the Wu-Tang Forever double CD because I'd let someone borrow it, never get it back, buy it again, buy it again. It was definitely one of my favorite albums, and I guess that was maybe 9th grade or something. But I used to love Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Amsterdam lodges BTC. I'll give you a flex on that one. I dig it, Barry. Shout out Amsterdam. One of my favorite cities to visit. But you already know.
Not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. The kitty cat of a stack in the sats. Stack the sats. Ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats.
That's right. Resurrecting Kung Fu JV here. So, biddy up. Mt. Gox co-founder and lead dev, Jed McKeleb, the very guru behind Ripple Labs and XRP. Coincidence? There's no such thing as coincidences. You're right. He's a very smart man, by the way, because he keeps his name out of all the chaos. But he is the founder. JV, Wu-Tang. Damn right. Don't get me started with my Wu-Tang. I'm very tempted to start spitting some Wu bars right now. Someone say red light district dankness. Dankness. 60 G's, baby.
Chance to stack the big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin.
Yeah, you already know, Serge. Soup.
Bitcoin. Got my mind on my Bitcoin. And my Bitcoin on my mind.
And I'll give Devon a shoo. Little Kendrick.
60 G's. A buying opportunity.
Doing. But anyways, next story, family. We discussed the latest with the inflows. Let's discuss this major asset manager, Van Eck, recommending a 6% Bitcoin allocation, which is pretty major. And then we'll discuss Bitcoin surging 300% by next year, which would take the price to $240,000 per coin as per the power law model. And then we'll dive into our live Q&A as we do each and every day. So yeah, the 90 billion asset manager endorses 6% Bitcoin investment strategy. This is pretty big. Matthew Siegel, head of digital asset research at Van Eck, an influential American investment management firm based in New York with 90 billion in assets under management, discussed the current Bitcoin market situation as the 6th largest issuer of the US spot Bitcoin ETFs with roughly 500 million in recent inflows. Van Eck's analysis on Bitcoin is particularly noteworthy. Let's break it down. In a note for the clients, Siegel provides insights into the current factors driving the Bitcoin price fluctuations. He attributes the downward pressure of the past days primarily to significant Bitcoin sales by government entities and concerns over the looming large distributions from the Mt. Gox estate. The Mt. Gox trustee currently holds approximately $8 billion of Bitcoin. Whoa. And they have moved with an aim to distribute distribute about $3 billion worth of that $8 billion. He expressed uncertainty regarding whether the creditors set to receive these distributions from early July would sell or hodl onto their biddies. Quoting him here, given the precedent set by GBTC, we anticipate that at least a quarter of those coins will be held. Let me know your thoughts on that. Siegel further explained the impact of the latest Bitcoin moves by the U.S. and German governments. According to data from Arcam, Germany liquidated more than a half of their 50,000 BTC initially seized from the piracy website Movie 2K. This telegraphed selling that spooked the market and came at a time where the U.S. government also reduced their Bitcoin holdings. The latter holds a substantial 213,000 BTC, worth approximately $12 billion. Siegel pointed to the significant transfer of $240 million to Coinbase Prime on June 26, likely indicating a sale. He also commented on the strategic implications of these sales, suggesting they were possibly made during the market period sensitive to liquidity shortages, such as the U.S. July 4th holiday. But anyways, addressing broader market trends, Siegel observed that during the bull market phases, Bitcoin rarely falls below the 200-day moving average for more than 6 weeks. The recent government sales, however, could alter this pattern if they continue or are compounded by other FUD, aka negative news, fear, uncertainty, and doubt family. So despite these pressures, Siegel remains optimistic about the macroeconomic conditions, citing a deceleration in inflation and a potential soft landing for the U.S. economy. Quoting him here, the upcoming election could catalyze fresh all-time highs in BTC as the market prices in 4 more years of deficit spending and potentially a friendlier U.S. regulatory backdrop under a Trump administration. And on a global scale, Bitcoin adoption is accelerating, particularly in emerging and frontier markets. Siegel highlighted recent initiatives by Kenya, Ethiopia, and Argentina to utilize government-owned energy resources for mining the biddies, indicating a growing recognition of Bitcoin's potential, utility, and value. In conclusion, Siegel reasserted Van Eck's investment strategy, advocating a disciplined approach to Bitcoin allocation with diversified portfolios. As he shares here, we continue to recommend a dollar cost averaging strategy to buy Bitcoin, considering 6% as a reasonable position size for Bitcoin and ETH in most 60-40 benchmark portfolios. So there you have it. Pretty massive. Imagine if the asset managers themselves practice what they preach, because now we have Van Eck suggesting a 6% allocation. What if they're again, how much are they worth? $90 billion in assets under management. What if they actually implemented 6% and practiced what they preach? What if BlackRock implemented 84.9% and practiced what they preach? What would that likely do to the Bitcoin adoption and price action? Let me know, family. Shout out everyone joining the stream. That Wu-Tang song, It's Yours. The world in the palm of your hands. It's yours, double LP for Wu-Tang Clan. I believe that's the one where RZA's like, you couldn't punch your way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in your hands. I always think of Dave Portnoy, lettuce hands, when I hear that. Anyways, now I got to listen to that song. But yeah, all the Wu-Tang songs are legendary. I mean, Wu-Tang is forever, and it's for the children. Rest in peace, old dirty bastard. You feel me? Today is the day you'll wish you stacked sats harder. I'm thinking about getting a loan to buy more biddies. Do it up, Casey. Exactly what Mikey Saylor would do. And speaking of Mikey Saylor.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There is no second best. Shout out Mark, the old dirty bastard. Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, Ugog Ghostface Killer, and METHOD, man. Heck yeah, man. Wow. One of my childhood greatest memories was actually meeting Method Man. I went to an after party, got invited to because I was spitting. I was into rap at that age. That was my only passion in life. So I was freestyling with the Wu, and they invited me to the after party. It was with like, what was that group that Eminem was in early on? Outsiders. And they were, I think Outsiders opened up for the Wu. But anyways, I think it was, the concert was at the House of Blues. I remember my friend Scotty P drove us out there. And yeah, it was just like next level ish. And back then, JV didn't partake in any of the ganja or herb. So they passed the blunt to me. I kept it 100. I didn't fold under pressure. I don't think I ever touched herb until I was like 23. This is probably like when I was like 16, 17, 16, early ages. JV, do you have the altcoins? I have the Bitcoin. However, let me rephrase that. I had the Bitcoin until I lost it all due to global warming. Now I have nothing. D12. Yeah, I know all about D12. Raekwon verse on that was my favorite, but they all went in. Shout out to Raekwon the chef. I have been in bands for 25 years, and I don't know how Wu-Tang managed to arrange these songs with all those people. Right on, Alan. I am back. What I miss? Yeah, I used to love it because in Tampa, oftentimes the Wu would do tours, and they'd stop there, and I lived near Tampa when I was younger. So I saw like the Jizza when he did his concert, not Liquid Swords, that's like old school Wu, but the second album, maybe it was called Beneath the Surface. I remember going to that concert, going to a few different Wu concerts. You would think they were undercover, right on. Now I watch Method Man as a layer in Power 50 Cent Productions. That's what's up. Shout out to the METHOD man. Boat and accident, eh? I mean, we all have different accidents. For me, it was global warming. I lost my Bitcoin in the Titanic. Shucks. It happens, Abel. Love your story, JV. I'm glad you didn't partake because you wouldn't have enjoyed yourself as much. Yeah, who knows? But I'm glad as well. Thank you, West Coast Melda. But yeah, like at the Wu-Tang concerts, people were just throwing blunts on the stage. But of course, they roll their own blunts. And I remember my friend Scotty P rolled the blunt and threw it on stage. And then it was in one of their verses in like a song, but it's like, yo, weed got more seeds than ODB. You know, Old Dirty had like relentless amount of children with different baby mamas. So that was a pretty good one. Anyways, I digress. Let's dive into our feature story of the day, but let me sip on some more of my salsa water, clear my throat, and then we'll continue. Appreciate y'all. And of course, I watched How High many times. Many times. Shout out to Redman as well.
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, no sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout.
Whoop, whoop. No, my friend Scotty P is not a famous guy. You wouldn't know who he is. Good guy, though. Was my best friend. Still one of my best friends, but he lives in Florida, so we don't get to hang. But anyways, here we go, yo. Now for our featured story of the day. Bitcoin power law sees up to 300% Bitcoin price gains by late 2025. It also predicts a $1 million target. I'll let you know when that is likely as well, according to the power law model. As you can see here, let's break it down. Bitcoin has 3 months to go until the bull market resumes, but it can still see 300% gains by 2026. Now, 300% from the current price action of roughly 60,000 ultimately means a $200,000 rise, which would take us on the cusp of $240,000 per BTC. So let's break it down. In a post on X, July 9th, APSK32 returned to his power law metric chart to likely show the future performance of the Bitcoin market. The power law essentially provides a lower Bitcoin price support band, which has held since Bitcoin traded at just $1. Several other bands or time contours provide additional price information, ultimately giving a $1 million Bitcoin price target for 2036. I think that is way late, but nonetheless, according to the power law, 1 million by 2036. Now, quoting him here, time contours tell us how long it will be before the support forces current prices upwards. For 12 years, every bear market has returned to the support line. The support passes $1 million in 2036, and Bitcoin isn't stopping there. Want to know why? It's going up forever, Melda. Relaying the past price action onto the current 4-year cycle as defined by ASP32 is helping to explain current market behavior, including the ongoing 25% drop from March's 73.8 all-time high. Quoting them again, a Bitcoin cycle pattern continues. Price should remain inside or near this blue cloud. The ETS pushed us out of the cloud, and now we're reverting back. We are 3+ months away from upwards acceleration, and we can see the prices go up 4x by the end of 2025. Send it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. And do you think we hit the cycle peak sometime in 2025, or are you still bullish for this year of 2024? I'd love to know your thoughts. Now, an accompanying chart shows the so-called power law fractal cloud, a guideline range for the BTC going forward. Quoting him again, does the price have to stay within the cloud? Absolutely not. This time could be different. In fact, it already is. And a major difference for this cycle, for the first time in Bitcoin history, we achieved the all-time high pre-halving. All the previous halvings, it was always post-halving. So things are different. And also, we didn't have any of the institutional FOMO we have this cycle. Previous cycle, it was driven pure retail when we hit 69,000 back in November of 2021. So Bitcoin traders are poised for further Bitcoin price downside as a feeling of fear takes over crypto. However, some would argue that the bottom is already in. Do you think we'll hit sub 50,000 levels as some of the analysts are projecting, family? Or do you think, we just escalate and continue up from here? I'd love to know your thoughts. And what are your thoughts as well regarding the power law model? Can you see a 300% price gain in BTC over the course of the next year, taking BTC to 240,000 per coin? Do you think that's conservative? Do you think that's realistic? I want to know your thoughts. And also regarding their 1 million prediction by 2036, my personal insight is I believe by 2029, the year preceding the next halving in 2028, we're most likely to smash that 7-figure milestone. But I'm going to read all of your comments. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live show. Bobby Digi, yeah, I know, who is he? What up, brother? I think it was the onions. Oh no, so much wet carpet. Dang leaks. Oh no. Stay humble and stack them sats. You know how we do. Still bullish, JV. I will always be bullish, even if it goes down to $1. I'm right with you, 100%. We all know it's not going to $1, but even if it did, diamond hands and laser eyes, you know how we do. Ain't no one taking our biddies. They're lost and gone forever. Just ask Nip. You know what I mean?
Bitcoin, Roger out.
And now to answer Dankness's question earlier, what do we call those who hodl fiat? The fiat hoarders. We got a name for them.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use
fiat. Salam family. Shout out my man Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, broski. Bitcoin at 32 G's still in play and Sol to 0. It's a guarantee, says Muhammad.
fiat currency as a store of
Oh, that's what's up. You work at a resort on the beach? Nice.
value. We call them poor. We call them poor.
Poor plebs. The graph sent you, JV, today was awesome. Yeah, I checked it out. It showed you it just progressed. That was pretty lit. Definitely saw that. I appreciate it. Got definitely a nice chart. Yes, it does have its beautiful views and not just half-naked women. Now we know why he's really working there. Don't you think accumulation is too high and long for a 4x? 150x. That's more like it. I mean, I'm all for it. 150x sounds great. I mean, 100x from here is what, 5 million Bitcoin, right? Am I calculating that right? Add a few zeros, bada boom, bada bing. I got the laser eyes and the batter hands. Hey. With this heat, the carpet will be dry in minutes. Crazy. JV, I have a house near Ulmerton and the PIE airport because I was an airline pilot. Oh, snap. Vacation. Home is Montana. 90 degrees. Oh, word. Small world, brother. Reppin' Ulmerton. I dig it. Pinellas County, represent. See, back in the day, my first business, I had an appraisal company. After working as a trainee appraiser in the Tampa Bay area for a couple of years under the supervision of a certified appraiser, I finally stepped up, got my real estate appraisal certification, which was an extremely difficult test, at least at the time. I think I failed my first 2 times, passed my 3rd time, and then I had a real estate appraisal firm, and I've probably appraised thousands of properties over the years. In Pinellas County, I served Hillsborough County, which is ultimately the Tampa Bay area, Pasco County, even Hernando County. I've even done some appraisals out in Polk. You know what I mean? So, small world. JV, you know I have the game to make sure they have the great vacay. Enjoy yourself, brother. Welcome, Molly. What's up, poppin'? It's good that we tapped 58,000 this morning. We definitely needed a little recovery, so good stuff. JV has a hookup for the resort. Nice. Then the magic will happen. Bitcoin to 125 to 231,000. Muhammad again with the guarantee on your initial investment back. Just note, no information on this stream, YouTube channel, or podcast is financial advice. So this is for entertainment purposes only. So if anyone guarantees it, it's still not financial advice. Just got to throw that disclaimer out there. JV, what do you need to become appraisal certified? It's like so many hundreds of hours, you know, under the, at the time, it's probably different now, but at that time it was hundreds of hours of experience under a certified appraiser. And you have to, you know, so many properties. You're trained. So the genius and why it was such a good career, especially as a young man, was as a certified appraiser, you collect the entire. So, for example, you appraise a property on average at the time was $350. It took maybe 20 minutes of research to pull up comps, maybe 20 minutes to inspect the property, and maybe 1 hour to write a report. If you had a good template, which I had plenty of because I did so many appraisals. So it was like $350 for like 1 to 2 hours work. And I could probably knock out 5 appraisals in a day. So 5 times 350 as a very young man was very good money. And especially when you're keeping it all because you don't have to pay the certified appraiser because you are the certified appraiser. The difference is a trainee appraiser, you do all the work. The certified appraiser signs off on your work. Good little trainee, and then you got to give 50% to your boss. So as a trainee, you're limited on how much you can earn. And also as a certified appraiser, you can have appraisers under you. Like I had my buddy Scotty P. He was a trainee under me, so he can literally do the work, and that's when you get the leverage, because if you have a bunch of appraisers under you and you're the certified appraiser sitting back at home, just putting your signature on reports, collecting $150 or $200 per appraisal, pretty good business model, right? But anyways, that was a lifetime ago. Come on now. JB always see Polk County Sheriff on the tube. Dude is hilarious. I think he's hilarious as well. I do watch some of those shows where, they fight crime, and I always see that guy. So I know exactly who you're talking about. Has like reddish hair. They don't play around in Florida. My daughter says, hi, JV and fam. Shout out to Mari. Huddle for life. Yeah, she yelled it at me. Respect. I appreciate it. And shout out JC Ice, baby. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Nailed it. 100%. Entertainment only, family. What are your guys' thoughts on the new Jammy Jam? During the Rumble, we're going to play the video again because it's that lit. But let me know your thoughts. The new Bitcoin country anthem for El Salvador. Let's get it. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Sounds like a fire gig. Oh, it was fire. It was pretty good. It was a good gig. I did it for several years. I appraised thousands of properties over the years, had a lot of success. Ended up buying, at one point, I owned 5 properties, but this was right before the real estate market crash of '08. So I ended up upside down on all those properties. So I went from on top of the world at a very young age, like a young entrepreneur, to upside down like $500,000 in debt. And then I had to start all over again. That's when I left Florida, fled to Costa Rica, and started doing things over there. But everything worked out in the end, so no complaints. Visit the Sim store. Fun place, Devon. Good luck on your son. Shout out Devon and her son. And I appreciate all the family support here. Shout out to all the families watching the live stream right now. We appreciate it. Shout out to the Rumble fam, X fam, YouTube fam. We are live and in the flesh right now. If you guys can repost this, I'm going to repost it right now. It helps out a lot. All you do is open up your X app. Make sure you're following Crypto News Yes. And if you also want to retweet the track, the music video for El Salvador, it's pinned at the top of my profile. I appreciate that. Right now, I got 17 retweets, 58 hearts, including, retweet from Max Kaiser and all influencers I really respect. So we appreciate all the support. But you'll notice the live stream right under the pin post. All you got to do is hit the heart. I'm the 20th one to do that. You can see there's 11 retweets. We can do better than that. Just hit the retweet button. If you don't want to put a individual quote, just hit repost again, and it will repost the stream. And if everyone does this, we'll double, triple, quadruple our numbers, get more eyeballs on the stream so we can spread this holy gospel of Satoshi as we do each and every day. But anyways, yeah, yo. Let's go. Wow, the mods are dominating the chat today. I dig it. Shout out to all the mods. So yeah.
Regulators.
Regulators.
People that use fiat.
What do we call them? They not like us. Oh, what's the worst job you ever had, JV? Great question. Started from the bottom, family. McDonald's. I was a burger flipper. My job entailed flipping burgers on the grill and emptying disgusting grease traps. JV had acne all over his face, pimples everywhere. So that was like my puberty years, working in front of this hot grill. And the kicker, I was a vegetarian even back then. So here I am flipping burgers, maybe age 16. Vegetarian, but my job was flipping burgers. I've never eaten meat since age 16. However, I have eaten fish. I do eat fish, so just no land animals. So just to get it clear there. But that was my worst job. McDonald's was absolutely the worst job. However, I never complained. I was grateful to have a job. I actually used it as motivation. I was boxing and training boxing with my good friend Boxer Brian at the time. And so I got to run to work. I needed to run 5 miles per day to be active in my boxing. So I would run to McDonald's. I'd run back. I didn't have a car, anything like that. So it was like, you know what I mean? Started from the bottom, now we here. JV, no wonder why you don't like meat. Yes, that's one of the many reasons. I've seen what they do at McDonald's. And in fact, many McDonald's have tested for human meat. So when there's mystery meat, you could pretty much assume you're eating human meat. You wonder where all these children missing go. Now you know. You feel me? I've researched this. There's many reports on this. So don't eat fast food, family. You're probably eating a portion of human meat. Sorry. You got to be frank with you guys. Stay away from that ish. You feel me? Did you see Kendrick Lamar video? I absolutely did, Serge, and I was big fan of it. Every time I watch it, I learn something new. There's so many hidden meanings behind it that you learn. You know what I mean? So big fan of Kendrick. So yeah, absolutely. And I love the video. I think it's already got like close to 40 million views on YouTube. I skateboarded to Mickey D's. Nice. What's a typical dinner? For me, it depends on the day, yo. I mean, that's why I love you. Crypto News, so real, so among us. Thank you, Ghana. Appreciate that. You of the YouTube, JV. You're of the YouTube. Thank you, I think. Soul is outstanding with all the alts. Very good technology, despite the SBF. Yeah, well, SBF doesn't rep it well. I'll say that. McDonald's use cow eyeballs as meat filler. Jeffrey Dahmer combo meal. Yeah, stay away from the combo meal. JV, you're on the tube. Ooh, I appreciate the reminder. We still are on the tube. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream and head right on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. But first, let me end the poll. We're going to end the poll really quick. I'm going to end this poll. And we're going to go bada boom, bada bing. And I'll read you the results real quick for the tube for those of you still here with us. And then we'll continue with the uncensored extended version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. If the poll will end, I don't know. It's being glitchy. I'm trying to end it. I clicked the button like a dozen times already. So maybe there's a jet lag or a glitch. But nonetheless, I digress. Appreciate y'all on the tube. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. We're going to continue on X and Rumble, so you're golden. If you're on X or Rumble, if you're on YouTube, please go to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net and let's freaking go. Cool. Yeah, for some reason the poll won't end, so it's all good. We're going to flip the chat over to the Rumble fam. Here we are. Here we are. First name I see, Chandy10. Let's get it. Road call. Shout out Melda the Witch. Repping Canada, eh? Shout out my Canadian fam out there. Everyone minus Drake. Ha 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 ha. And please let me know when the YouTube stream is officially over, because YouTube is being glitchy and not ending the poll, so I don't know if it's even going to end the stream at this point. But I did hit the finish button. Finish. I went to end the stream on YouTube and it says live stream isn't available now. So I don't know what that really means. Interesting. Shout out Kimosabi. Shout out John Doe. Good to see the fam. And if you guys just give me confirmation when the YouTube ends, I'm still maybe trying to end it. I'm not sure. It's being awkward. Yeah, it still shows live and it's not letting me end it. Interesting, YouTube. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to try to do it again. End stream. Yes, I'm sure I want to end it. YouTube. And then does nothing. Okay.